1 and 3 for test 2. We're going to be going on to question 4. A vendor buys 60 pairs of trainers for 120 dirhams each. His additional costs are 20% of the buying cost. He sells 46 pairs for 175 each and the rest for 100 dirhams each. Okay, so when we have a problem like this, we need to follow some basic steps. First, we need to label and identify all the parts of our problem. A vendor buys 60 pairs of trainers, so our full quantity is 60 pairs for 120 dirhams each. This is his buying cost. His additional costs are 20% of the buying cost, so we need to do some math. Additional cost is 20% of my buying cost, 120. So we put that on the calculator, 120 times 20%. And we get the additional cost is 24 dirhams each. Now, he sells 46 pairs for 175 each, and the rest for 100 dirhams each. This deals with total revenue, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So starting first, we need to figure out the total cost. Now there's 4 steps. The first step is we need to find the unit cost. Now we know that the unit cost is the buying cost plus the additional cost. So the buying cost is 120. My additional cost is 24, meaning my full unit cost is 144 dirhams. Now the next step, once you get the unit cost, is to get the total cost. And the total cost is the unit cost times my quantity. The unit cost is 144 dirhams, and the full quantity is 60. So once again, we're going to get out our calculator, 144 times 60, and that gives me 8,640 as my total cost. Following that, we need to do total revenue, and this is where sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, because he sold them to 2 different places. Now, the first place, he sold 175 dirhams, 46 pair. And the other place were sold for 100 dirhams, and it says the rest. Now here, we had 60 total. 46 of them are gone. So if we do some very basic subtraction, 60 minus 46, we get that there are 14 left. So now we need to multiply each of these together. 175 times 46 gives me 8,050 dirhams. And lastly, 100 times 14 gives me 1,400 dirhams. So when you add the 2 of these together, you get a total revenue of 9,450 dirhams. Now we're not done just yet. We still have to do our final step. And our final step is to find net income. Net income is my total revenue minus my total cost. So my total revenue was 9,450, it's what we found in step 3, and minus my total cost from step 2 is 8,640. So if we do that, we have 9,450 minus 8,640, 810 dirhams, and it's positive, so the answer is a profit. Now let's go ahead and look at the questions. A, find the total cost. Well, the total cost was 8,640 dirhams. Find the total revenue. Once again, that was step 3. That would be 9,450 dirhams. Find the profit or loss realized. Okay, that's in step 4, so we have 810 dirhams profit. Find the additional cost per pair. Well, this we actually did when we were solving it earlier. So additional cost was 24 dirhams. And the last question is, find the additional cost as a percentage of the buying cost. Okay, so once again, we have the as a percentage part. So we put the first thing on top and the second thing on bottom. Now both of these deal with the unit, and because they deal with the unit, it means we don't have to multiply by the quantity. So the additional cost is 24 dirhams, and the buying cost is 120 dirhams. So the additional cost as a percentage of the buying cost, back to the problem at hand, fraction 24 divided by 120. Then we have to multiply by 100 to get a percentage, and we get that it is 20%. And believe it or not, this was already asked back in the question because it said it was 20% of the buying cost.